Hi guys, welcome back. And today we're going to talk about um, the introduction of self-destructive or kamikaze drones into War Thunder. How would these work? How would small drones in general work in War Thunder if they would add them? And how would they add them? And what would be the pros and cons? And what would be the counters for these small devices? That's what I'm going to cover in this video, guys. If you enjoy it, please watch it till the end, and please leave your comment if you think that if kamikaze drone should be added into the game, and if so, feel free to state why you think it should and why you think it should not be added into the game. And enjoy the video, okay? So, what are self-destructive drones? Well, self-destructive drones are pretty much drones that are designed to self-destruct once their mission is complete. So this could either mean that it's a one-way ticket, or if the whole device is just one big explosive device that's designed to inflict as much damage as possible to its targets. Now, what are the three types of self-destructive drones? Well, one of them isn't, but we have FPV drones, so first-person view drones. These drones are usually they're cheap, they're small, fast, maneuverable. Disadvantages obviously short range, low, due to the signal range, and also a low battery life, so they're not designed to fly that far away. And they're also limited on what they can carry, right? They cannot carry really big explosives. They're usually stuck with, DIY plastic explosives or RPG warheads strapped to them. Their goal is pretty much to ram the target at full speed and hope for the best, really. The next one would be quadrocopters. These are not self-destructive drones. These usually just drop bombs on top of the target. These are just small, DIY bombs. They're nothing big. They're usually the size of a frag grenade or maybe a bit bigger, depending on which variant and what type of weaponry they use. They just drop the payload above the enemy and then come back. So they're like sort of like a DIY dropship or like a plane that drops bombs. And then the final thing would be the big kamikaze drones. So these would be a bigger version of the FPV drones. These would be more human size, like as in the size of it is like more of a human being rather than the size of your arm or your head. And these would have a bigger payload, obviously, bigger range. They would have decent speed but very bad maneuverability. They would need to really lock yourself in before you aim. Like you need to already know what you're gonna hit, and you have to lock on the target before you even dive for it. And obviously they're big, so they're quite easy to shoot down compared to their FPV variants. So, how would they be added to War Thunder? How would drones be added to War Thunder? Well, there's three ways you could add them. You could either treat them as planes or helicopters and give them spawn points like they do with the big drones. That is one way, right? So we need to get a certain amount of spawn points to get yourself one of these drones. Another way would be to just add them as tank modifications, to make them modifications for certain vehicles. Examples being, I don't know, IFVs maybe have the option as a destructive, self-destructive drone. Um, and the third option is to add drone carrying vehicles in a way, I guess. There is plenty of prototypes around the world or like experimental builds and platforms that can shoot out multiple drones of different sizes. I'm pretty sure Gaijin will find a way to add some if they do go down the road of adding vehicles that can carry drones, self-destructive drones. Um, so yeah, I mean it's self-explanatory. That is one way they could introduce into the game. Those are just three ways. It could be one of them. It could be all of them. It's up to Gaijin really on how they would edit if they would bother to. So counters. How could we counter drones? Well, um, as of right now in the game, there are the two ways to counter drones, and it would be AA and the IF vehicles that have the lock on for low flying vehicles. That's one way to counter drones. A second way would be secondary guns, so those would be your machine guns in their hull, turret, or roof mounted machine guns that could shoot down drones. New thing that they could add would be drone cages. So, if you Google drone cages in general, you'll find a bunch of images, especially from the Russo-Ukraine war. You'll see a bunch of them. They could cover just the top, or they could cover the whole tank. This is usually just anything really, chicken wire, rope. Is whatever you can think of can be a drone cage armor really. That would be one possibility. Second one would be dedicated anti-drone vehicles or ADs. These would be there's some prototypes here and there in the world, not a lot, but they could add them. These are vehicles that would be designed to either physically shoot down the drone or jam the drone with an aerial counter, like an electronic warfare system. Shield, like, it would move around and it would cover 100 meters of EMP jam, and then the drones that would come in would be jammed, and that would consider as a kill. You would get the points. For those of you saying, oh, but Adrian, how is that fun, sitting there and just, waiting for drones to fly into your zone? Listen, man, we have AA in the game that cannot shoot unless they lock onto a target, so, I mean, if Gaijin thinks that that's fine, I'm pretty sure it's fine to have, like, moving trucks with EMP jammers on them. And the final thing would be, this is only the Russians, from what I know, use these counter-drone electronic warfare system modifications. These are just small EMPs that would point one way and would just jam any drone flying over it. These are only available for Russian tanks as of right now. I don't know if any other nation has bothered to attach them. So yeah, that's really it when it comes to counters. And they would act like a normal plane kill, right? If you would be playing these anti-drone vehicles, you would just, get a kill and GG. Drone jammed or destroyed, you would get, it would be considered as like a normal kill, in my opinion, with RP and research. And that's really it, guys. I mean, there's not much else to talk about. It's quite a small topic, and I didn't want to go into huge detail since it's still uncharted territories. We do not know the future of drone warfare. It could just be this phase that it's going to, get done and over. That's really it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please feel free to subscribe and leave your own comments regarding if self-destructive drones should come to water, and if so, how would they be introduced to it. So yeah, if you have any concerns regarding drone balancing, you can feel free to discuss it in the comment sections, and see you in the next one.